Something I feel like you guys all should do, because this is might not be this might be directly related to manifestation, but some or the other way it's always associated with the overall dynamics we have with people. So if you see that sometimes when we are in a group or when we are surrounded by people, so we are mostly surrounded by people who have different mentalities, who have different way of seeing things, and you'll see that there are different varieties of people. I mean, you cannot say that only these types of people live on this earth. There are different kinds of thinking, different ways of interpreting things. So we as humans, we tend to carry the generational patterns of seeing things similar way. So this is as per my experience. What I have seen is that my family always took someone's negative feedback very negatively. We always had this thing that we want to prove something about it, that we are not such people. But to be honest, as a healthy human being, you don't need to provide clarifications or explanations to each and everyone of why you did something and why you think this way, because a lot of problems which we create on our life are based just on the way we think. So rather than trying to prove something to someone that I think this way, that's why I behave this way, there's no necessity of you to prove yourself. I mean, you can just leave things like that, because what happens is when we tend to prove a lot of things that we are not this or that, we are actually giving that other persons a lot of value to give us a judgment which is solely based on their perception and which is not true on your side. So a lot of reactions which we give to others is because we believe in their narration of how we are, but that might not be the truth, and that is not the truth. And when you know that is not the truth, there is no need to prove them. So what happens is sometimes things might not be the way you want it to be, and things are some other way, and you see someone very close to you maybe posting stories with someone else who you do not actually like so much, or maybe somehow they make you remind of a very bad circumstance or something which you had in the past. Now you should tell your brain that what the other person, the person who is very close to you, is doing is not under your control. Your control is the way you perceive things. Your control is in the way you see things to be. So what you can do is first let go of the narration that even if this person who is very close to me is posting stories with someone who is not actually so close to me, or maybe that someone who they post stories with reminds you of a bad past, you need to let go of that narrative that just seeing this person makes me remind of that bad past. There is no past. Past is over. So the only way you are keeping that old thing in your brain is by going back to that old memory and thinking about it. So isn't it a lot of effort that you are putting so much of useless memory in your brain which you actually don't need it? So the past is over. There's no point seeing that and perceiving things or framing a kind of reaction. Now the first response might be that you don't feel good about it or you feel a bit off about it. But we are intelligent human beings, and the way we frame our patterns or the way we actually change our patterns is through questioning ourselves. So we can say that why are you feeling uncomfortable when the past is already over? You now live in a very, very beautiful present, and you can just let go of how things used to be and concentrate on a better future or whatever you're manifesting. So whenever you see such triggering things, just tell yourself that this person is already mine, or this goal is already done, or this is where I want to be and I have already reached that place. So when you see on that bright future or when you see that future happening right now, there will be no reaction. And then you can ultimately tell your mind to let go of what doesn't serve you. So I guess it might help you a bit, because what happens is we sometimes hold on to unnecessary things which is not helping us mentally, which is not helping us aligning to the right what to say, the right way of perceiving things. So something which is not serving you should be let go on, and you can already let go. You can only let go of it when you start telling your brain and your mind that this is not who I am right now, or this is not what is happening to me right now. I'm not that identity anymore who gets this kind of treatment. So that's when you can stop the cycle. Thank you.